Hi, my arty friends. So let's start a new art journal page. For today, we are gonna use my big journal, and I'm gonna prepare Christmas inspired page. Uh, to be honest with you, I had some idea for the focal point for this page, but I had no idea about how to do the background. And when you are in doubt, I think the easiest way is to glue something on the page. So start in this way, and that's exactly what I did. So I decided to cut some page with some words with different color that of course will match more or less with what I am planning to put on a focal point. So I'm trying to have some white, some green, and some brown goldish look. So I'm gonna cut pieces and pieces here and there, and I don't like the straight border, so I'm gonna really throw it apart with using my finger. And now I speed it up really fast because this is a boring part. So I'm gluing everything down. I'm deciding where to position everything, and when I'm happy with the result, I'm gluing down using my matte medium gel. On this project I'm using the Ranger one, but this is not my favorite. I'm using because I had and I'm not using often, so I'm decided to finish and try to finish. But my favorite one is the Liquitex. So if you want really to try one, I think that is the best. It dry much better, I think. Now, after doing that, I wanted to have some gesso on it because I didn't want to have those pages coming up so much. So to push the background a bit more on the page down, I'm using some gesso, but I'm applying with a baby wipe. So in this way, it's gonna be really light, and you can still see basically what is under the gesso, and that was exactly the scope because I wanted to have the texture, let's say the feeling that was some text on the background, but I didn't want to have it so bright and so colorful. So after doing that, I'm gonna dry everything because before moving on, remember that we need really to dry very well the background. I'm always impatient, but this is a very big important step. Moving on to the focal point, so I wanted to have a girl on the page that is gonna be kind of a fairy, so I found this girl, so I started to cut it out, and I wanted to make her with a dress, with a red dress, but I decided to put some gesso on it, that's what you see there, to then color on top with acrylic, but didn't work, so I will show you later. Anyway, in the meantime, I wanted to give her a leggings, a colorful leggings, and so with the color, with the Christmas color, so I decided to add some white with the Posca pen that I had, and red and green with just a marker that I had. Those are watercolor marker, but I'm not going to activate. And as you see, I'm just putting line by line, so to have a pattern. So I have white, green, white, red, white, etc., etc. And in this way, I like it's easy. I mean, it could be possible on this way because the legs, she didn't have any dark pants or something, so it was easy to cover, let's say. Instead, for the dress, I thought she had black pants, shorts, so I had to do in a different way. So I tried to put the gesso on it, and then I wanted to color on top, but I didn't like it because I saw all the stroke of the brush and I didn't like. So in the end, I just created a dress on a piece of paper and color with just some red acrylics, and then I will glue on top of her. That's the idea. So I think it's gonna be the easiest way, and I think I'm gonna do in this way every time that I want to change a dress, let's say, to a girl. So now again back to the background. I wanted to have some color that was not enough on the page, so I decided to use some Faber-Castell gelato. Those are again are the easiest way for the background, and that's what I'm gonna do for the background because I really didn't have a clear idea for the background this time. So I'm using the two color here from my metallic set. So one is gold champagne, this is the lighter color that I'm using now, and then I'm gonna add also iced coffee for the border, kind of border, and I'm just applying on the page and then wet my finger on a bit of water and then smoosh everything, so then everything is gonna be smooth and nice to see. And I like those two colors. I mean, the fact that they are metallic is give to the page a lot of brightness, and and that was what I was looking for this kind of page, because Christmas, I mean, I wanted to have some red, some green, some gold, and some white, and that's basically the page, and this is turning out pretty good, and I have to say that I'm really satisfied of the final result that you will see in the end. I want to say sorry for the bad light that I have on this video. To be honest, I start this page late in the afternoon. It was like, I think it was 3 in the afternoon, and then it became to be darker and darker, so then I had to stop and do it on the next day. That's why you see a lot of change in light on this video. Then, moving on again, I wanted to add the other focal point of the page, so the Christmas tree. So I started with putting some line with a pencil to understand the structure of the tree, and then I specifically use a kind of destroyed brush. This is very not well brush, so you can see that the fiber is all moving strangely. Okay, so I wanted to have exactly this one to give the Christmas tree a good texture, and I'm using some acrylic paint. I'm using first a lighter green, and then I'm gonna add some dark green as well, and the colors are emerald green, and then the darker one is SAP green, sap green, I don't know how to pronounce, but any light and dark color shade are perfect. So after doing the first part with the lighter green, I'm now using the dark green to remove all the white that I have in the middle, and I'm kind of putting on top, on the higher part of the light green, so then it's gonna be a kind of a shadow using a smaller brush in this case. So after everything is dry, please wait that everything is dry. Don't be like me that sometimes I'm using marker when acrylic is not completely dry. Don't do it because you will ruin your markers. So I'm gonna put some decoration on the Christmas tree. I think it was needed. So I'm just adding some dots with the red marker, and then some gold marker, and also some white dot. So I'm using the Uniposca pen for the white, and my acrylic pen, golden pen for the gold, and for the red I recently purchased a new set of color of Ohu marker, and this is the first time that I'm using, and I have to say that I'm impressed. I really like those already, so I will use often on my project, I'm sure about that, so I like it. After that, so I already cut, you can see on the right, the star of my Christmas tree. I had a piece of magazine cut out with a star with Lego, done with Lego, and I think it was perfect for this Christmas tree, so I'm just glue it. And by the way, if you already like this page, give me a like, because this is more or less how the page it became. So but I wanted to add something on the girl, because I want to have her like a kind of fair magical creature, kind of having some magic, let's say, on the page. So I had this sheet from a bag that I purchased years ago on Michael Kors. So I'm just using this piece of paper and stamp just a butterfly, the biggest butterfly that I had, and then cut the wings, and I'm gonna glue everything on her, and I'm gonna kind of flip, so then I have the two wings going to the right, one on top of the other one. And I know that now you can barely see, but I have to say that in real life you can see that there are something different over there, and there is a really light texture, and I think it's great. But you can see later on that I'm gonna add some gold lines on dot doodling, let's say, on the wings, so then it will pop a bit more. But I like her, so in the end it's a kind of magical creature that she's painting, because she has a pencil, so she's painting the Christmas tree. I like it. So then after that I'm adding again the metallic coffee color to add some shadow on the bottom of the tree, because I didn't like it was kind of floating in the air and I didn't like, so I add that one. And then we move on for the quote. So this time I decided to have some white page showing up in the back, and that's the first time to me, so I'm not so sure that I like this style, but in this page I think it looks fine. So I'm first doing the first draw of the quote with the fine marker, and then I'm using the brush part of the marker because I wanted to have a bit pop the words. And the quote is pretty simple, so we all have magic inside, that's it. Easy peasy. And I'm using again the three colors that I'm using on all over the page, so again red, green and gold, and the kind of switching here and there. And then in the end I wanted to add the Happy Christmas, and I wasn't sure which color to use, so I just created two versions, and then I'm cutting it out and try which one I like the most. And I think, yes, in the end I liked the Happy in red and Christmas in green. And I did those two words, those two calligraphy, let's say, style in the same way as I did before. So again, first using the small tip of the marker, and then the bigger, the brush marker. It's easier for beginning, really, for beginners. That's why I'm now I'm adding some dots on the wings, so then it will pop a bit more, as I was saying. And then I'm gonna add also some gold lines on the quote, and that's it. Basically, that's the page, and I really like the result. I love how it turned out. I hope that you like as well. Let me know. Anyway, so for more inspiration of Christmas pages, I'm gonna put the page that I did last year. I did with about Nutcracker, and I will put the link in the end of this video. So if you want more inspiration, you can go there. But I have also a playlist for Christmas projects, so don't miss it if you want to have more inspiration. So that's it for the page. I'm gonna put some close-up picture in the end, as always, so you can see how beautiful. Beautiful, I like it. How beautiful it turned out. And yes, wishing all you happy Christmas and happy holidays. Bye bye, see you soon for next project. Bye bye.